What's up guys, it's Punchy, and today we have a pretty fun update that I'm really enjoying because it's huge for build creation. There's also a lot for everyone to enjoy, and I'm excited to get into it. My absolute favorite part about this update already is the insanely impactful but small changes made to your character creation stats. And if you're min-maxing your build, this is super huge. Previously, when making a character, everybody had starting stats that were very restrictive. As shown here, you had points to invest into an attribute, but you couldn't go over certain limits or put them into sections such as attunements. You were only able to put them into something like fortitude. For example, if I wanted all my points into fortitude, it just won't let me. Moving forward though, now you can choose what stats you're investing into, and if you don't use those points, you can still access them at a campfire. The same problem as before, I can't go over a certain limit in fortitude, but don't worry. If you skip this option and invest 0 stats, the next time you access a campfire, those points before are saved from character creation and you can put them into any stat. You should have 13 free points if you pick 0 stats in the character creation, and if you're attunementless, you'll have 23 instead. If you want to elevate your Deepwoken builds, mess around with this feature because min-maxing as a whole has been redefined. Next up, there's some interesting baseline changes to weak block, and if you don't know what weak block is, it should be a bit more noticeable. After being hit, if you instantly hold F, that leaves you vulnerable, keeping your parry on cooldown, and this is in place to prevent blocking out of combos. Without this combat feature, people could escape attacks by easily pressing F after being hit. To specify when this is happening in game, if you start blocking right after being hit, your posture bar will glow red to indicate that your full block is not ready. So keep an eye out because this might save you in fights. Moving on, a while ago we had banking to store items, but now we have a favoriting system so you don't accidentally sell your goodies. Locking these items will not prevent them from dropping on death, but now you can't accidentally sell them or drop them by pressing backspace. To lock a specific item, simply right click that item and click lock. This is nice to see, it's finally been added. But now, it's time for something special. For many years, we've had an area in Deepwoken that's inaccessible, empty, with nothing inside, but it seems like that's finally done. Heading on over to a forgotten part of the depths, we set foot into Marauder's entrance. Today, we have received the very first full wave defense that has real stakes and real rewards. Of course, in the overworld, there is that secret wave defense for low levels, but this is real. Anyway, inside this Marauder challenge, you can enter solo or with up to 5 people, and the challenge awaiting you scales based on your party size. Once inside this mysterious area, we are greeted with a wheel that keeps on turning. One lever activates the trial, and the second acts as a kill switch that ends the entire, interaction. Inside of this, at any point during this challenge, you can exit or end the round with the kill switch, but be warned because you gain 0 rewards for that round and there is a hefty wind up. You won't always be saved with this option and you can be wiped inside. During these rounds, you will face a multitude of enemies that you have seen before with a ton of different diversity from all above the depths and below. Based on the round amount that you and your team reach, you can easily gain loot comparable to layer 2 endgame or even hell mode, but it gets very difficult. I believe as time passes, they'll add more content like mobs, bosses, loot, relics, whatever, even modifiers for even more challenge. This is what I consider the endgame for PvE content, so grab your Evan Spear, suit up, and it's time to get hunting. I'll make a video in further depth about the challenge, so expect that down the line, and yeah, check it out. Beyond even this, there's also a new mantra to explore, and guess what? It's time for an attunementless strength mantra, and we haven't seen one in forever. This ability does heavy posture damage with a substantial wind up, and on release lets out a nuke type attack that pushes enemies away and again does really good damage. The hitbox and speed of the actual attack is pretty good, but be careful of that wind up timer. Also after this, we have another new mantra, and this one is for medium weapons. So we have a few of these, but surprisingly it is a little bit different and has multiple parts that serve as different hits and hitboxes. This mantra starts off as a sweeping slice aimed low, followed up by a retreating hitbox that spins on the way out. It looks pretty fast and is probably effective at catching players in between your target and I guess retreating as well. That's about it for right now, but if you haven't hopped on the game, we still got Battle Royale if you want to give it a shot with your friends. Thanks so much for watching, and if you like exclusive update content just like this, make sure to like and subscribe, and join my channel. I'm almost at 75k and let's get there. Thanks again, it's punchin' time.